speaking of that, who gets your game balls for this game? You could just throw balls everywhere for this one, but what do you
Offense, defense,
let's
like
do offense, defense. Yep.
you can do special teams, I guess. But it's gonna be Bates because he just made 800 extra points. My offensive, you know what? I would love to get it to St. Brown, but I'm gonna give it to Goff. I'm going to give it to Goff because coming off a 5 interception day, and this is what I think has endeared him to the people in Detroit. And I'm just going to go out and say this. Like, we're all about grit. We're all about pick yourself up by your bootstraps, hard work in town, right? Like, that's the mentality going to work. The Pistons always do that. Jared Goff's kind of this chill guy. He doesn't say a lot, but his resilience, he's starting to become what I would imagine is the most resilient quarterback in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Like, quarterbacks throw 5 picks, come back and have a perfect quarterback rating. How many quarterbacks get left for dead in Detroit coming out of LA and then end up having an absolute resurgence and are in the MVP conversation 11 weeks into the season? Jared Goff is absolutely my game ball for this one. No doubt. What do you got on offense? That'll hit defense.
Yeah, offensively for me would be I mean, geez, there's so many things you could do, but I think Jahmyr Gibbs, because he gave us a couple of just electrifying plays that just when you thought, I mean, there was really not even a question that the Jags could even do anything, but what Gibbs hit some big runs right when he thought, well, if they can get a stop here, and it's like, nope, goodbye. And he just runs past. It's just more of a demoralizing thing versus, because you think about it, you're handing him the ball behind the line of scrimmage. And then the next thing you know, it's 40 yards, it's 20 yards, it's 12 yards versus like if Goff's throwing it. Anyway, I just feel like that Jahmyr Gibbs completely hits different when you watch him out there. He's looked special all year, but did it seem like he hit another gear today?
I don't know, man. I always make this comment about how, and I'll put that back up when we keep talking about people, but I always make this comment, like in NCAA, it's fun to watch college football because there's some players who just look faster than everybody else. In the NFL, everybody's fast, right? So nobody just pops off the screen. Like Tyreek Hill pops off the screen, right? You're just like, how is he that fast? To me, Jahmyr Gibbs pops off the screen. Like, and he of course did it today, but every time he touches the ball, if he gets to the line of scrimmage without being touched, your mouth's wide open. You're like, oh, like, how is he doing that? Like, he's so fast and he's so electric. You're right. Like, it felt like he was going to take every single carry to the house today. And so you nailed it, but I've just kind of been feeling that for the whole season. He's just unbelievably electric.
Unbelievable. Okay, who do you got for defensively?
Well, defensive game ball is kind of interesting because the defense wasn't on the field that long.
Right.
They weren't on the field that long. So I know, okay, I could go Kirby Joseph. He got the interception. I could go Brian Branch. He seemed to be all over the field, but that's standard for him, right? I'm going to go with Jack Campbell. I'm going to go with the guy who held it down in the middle. We've had, linebackers are going out. The defensive front in front of him is rotating all over the place. And all he does is go ahead and get 9 tackles, 3 solos. He gets a half a sack. He got in to help with a sack. Like, he's just become a extremely solid, steady middle linebacker. And in a game like this, it's exactly what you need.
I love that, man. And I will go with Kirby Joseph because it's like, okay, it's official. Like, you seriously are good. I don't know why. Maybe I'm not alone on this, but my hesitation to really put him as one of the top safeties. I don't know why. I just as I watch him now, I'm like, dude, he looks just a little bit. The thing that I think I really like is he's got all the playmaker ability that he has been having, but to me, he looks just a little bit bigger than he looks like a little
faster too.
Yeah, and he just it's like, oh man, he's fast. He's always had good hands, but he looks stronger. The guy is, man, it's like, holy crap. And then again, you combine him with Brian Branch, who looks fast and is strong. Brian Branch is freakishly strong because the only reason he has to be because he can tackle so well. There's something he like grabs you and you go right down. It's like, oh my gosh, dude, this is unbelievable. So yeah,
When
that's
he hits people, it's
yeah.
like a middle linebacker's hitting them.
Mm.
It really is. I mean, he just uses his body as a projectile too, which is, you worry about that later in his career.
Yep.
But he's very strong. But that's a good call with Kirby Joseph, the NFL leader in interceptions, by the way. He has 7.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And okay, so let's talk about this. 2 things. First, can I go off the game for a second and talk to you about something that's happening in another game? So
sure.
the Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore scores. Steelers are up 2. They have to get a first down so they can run out the clock. They put Fields in. Our buddy Justin Fields.
Boy.
He's got it. Easy first down. Slides 2 yards short of the first down on second down, and then gives the first down signal. And and his teammates are yelling at him. And it's just funny. But that's the thing about this game. So when we beat the Titans, it was like, all right, we crushed them. That's awesome. Same with the Cowboys, but there were so many turnovers forced. We were outgained total yardage in both of those games. With this game, I just want to flip it away from the game balls. Still tell us who your game ball is, everybody out watching. But my big thing was we just flat out were better. Like, can we just talk about that? We didn't need a turnover. It was, in the first 7 possessions, it was 7 touchdowns with 5 stops. And those 2 that weren't stops were field goals for them. Just flat out better football. I love that. I had so much more fun watching this game. Just because you just outplayed them.
Great point. The Titans was a truly just, wow, that's like a lot of big plays, special team stuff, interceptions. You nailed it. This was just, we stopped you. They even got a couple of first downs, but then we stop them. They punt. And a couple times we were pinned way back. And I remember thinking, oh, we're pinned back here. And I just thought, well, actually, our offense is thinking, sweet, that's just more yards that we can that we can give somebody or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's a great point. This was the most dominating game, and think about that. This is now our 3rd dominating game where we crushed the Cowboys, crushed the Titans, and now these guys. And again, this isn't normal. Vegas had this line at 14 points, the biggest line. That's a college football line of, like you said, you can just put Alabama Citadel, like, it's going to be like a 21-point line, like, because it's
sometimes 36.
Ultimately, you're just going to keep it close. Not close, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it could have. So yeah, to crush them like this is just
well. Okay, so we had 645 total yards. They had 170. We almost had 500 more yards than them.
This was.
That's insane. That's insane. 475 yards more total yards than them. This was not, there was no funny business, no turnovers needed. We just smacked you in the mouth over and over and over again. And that was what was so beautiful about this. It almost got boring.
It did. And
thank you for this, by the way.
Look at this animal. Just,
can you help me understand something, Chris? So I see this video, and our guy Aiden Hutchinson is somehow walking, in water. I get it. He's not walking on dry land yet, but he's walking in water. But then he's up in the suite, in the comfort of the suite, and he still has his leg propped up. Is like,
yeah.
Is it's crazy to me. Like, what's happening here? I don't understand this.
I thought the same thing. I thought, well, wait a second. Is he? He was fully like wrapped and stuff too, and elevated. So I don't get it. I love it. I trust. Here's the thing about it that's so cool is, like, think about you and I, we go to the doctor if we have this injury, once every month to get a checkup. Not even once every 8 weeks. He's getting checked every day. Every day they're doing, all right, let's do this. I mean, it's just the finest doctors, treatment and rehabilitation. It's cool. I can't wait to see what he does.
I know this sounds really dumb when I'm talking about this, but I think of guys like Alex Smith. Remember all the surgeries that he's had on the leg and all that kind of stuff. And when I see him walking in water, right? Do you know what that tells me? That tells me that his wound is fully healed from the surgery. His body has closed itself back up. There's very likely 0 infection, right? So, like, all those are the things that are going to delay his recovery time. and complicate his total healing.
Yes.
And so, like, if those things aren't happening, he just heals faster and better. And that's the kind of stuff that I love watching and love seeing.
The Lions are the third team in the Super Bowl era to win 3 times with at least 35 points in their first 10 games of the season. And look at those. Those are the 69 Vikings and the 73 Falcons. I would have thought like the 07 Patriots or somebody, maybe the Drew Brees Saints had a thing where they did.
Or like the Peyton Manning, or maybe the Broncos with Peyton Manning or something like that. That team.
No, none of those people did it. None of them did it.
None of them did it. It's the Jared Goff Detroit Lions. Hey, question.